Welcome to FOH. This week we have a couple of new things. Actually, one's pretty old, but Dee, welcome along.
Hi!
Public holiday here on a Monday, so Dee's decided to join us. And it's always a pleasure, Dee, and she brought snacks. Always a pleasure, Dee.
Absolutely.
Well done. Dee, move your chair back this way so we can see a bit more. That's better. Kenny, thank you very much for another day on the deck. And you've mixed us a cocktail.
I have made cocktails.
Actually, no, the cigar today first is the Gloria Cubana Revolution, or Revolution, which is the Asia Pacific regional release for 2015. And this has been relatively on time for recent regional releases. You haven't had one, I've had a few. I'm really looking forward to your input on this. Really am. This is what they, bog stand average, what they look like. The wrappers are good, construction seems good, but it's the flavour I want you to get into.
And now, as it's a Asia Pacific thingy, you get some sort of back input into these things, I gather.
None.
None.
None. They
We
stopped
can't
looking.
blame you.
They stopped looking for input years ago. That's how much they valued it. They stopped completely. In fact, not one cigar I've ever put up has ever been made.
Okay.
So,
It's sort of
what's that? It's
just a little bit big and fat.
it is. It's a decent gauge on this.
Decent.
It's a 55 gauge on this.
Seriously.
Yeah, and I thought the same. So you haven't had the Magnum 56, the H up in the Magnum 56?
Don't think so.
No. So we're going to do that, Ellie. I'm going to do that with you next week. I hate
better.
I hate this gauge cigar, and I hated the Upman Magnum 56 in the hand. The problem is that the flavour
It's good.
is so good that you tend to, I don't know, you just tend to forgive it. I would much prefer if these had a tapered end, if these were more like a Billy Cossel, because I think it's far more comfortable
That's a good idea.
in the mouth. I think it's far more comfortable. It's not necessarily the gauge aspect, it's the fact, if you could just get a tapered end to them, it would make it more approachable. For those guys, such as myself, who just don't like big gauge cigars, or just don't feel comfortable with them from a tactile perspective. Let's get into it. Be back with you shortly. First third, Kenny. Do you reckon it smells nice?
Yeah, it's lovely.
Well, there you go.
Okay, it's all over.
One single
Finish.
flavour, that's it, but...
Look, I'm very much put off by this giant, the giant size of the thing. But the flavour's terrific. It's got a sort of a nougat flavour.
Yeah.
Really, construction, everything seems fine.
There's viscous smoke on this, and it's just dense, but it's light.
Yeah.
It's
It's medium at best.
medium at best, and there's just a cavalcade of flavours, nougat, and maybe it's the honey from the drink. And let's go through. Sorry, quickly. We go through. Ken invented this cocktail, and can I tell you, it's one of the finest cocktails I've had. Ken, take us through it.
Well, basically, get you a glass like this. This is too good for him, so he gets the. You've just broken too many.
You can stop drinking. Just tell us what it is.
Well, I've got to get revved up and reminded. A big slug of it's got to be the stolen spiced rum, which is a Kiwi rum, although the rum's actually imported from the Caribbean. Big slug of that. Then I put too much honey in this one, I think, although he thinks it's not enough. Just a bit under a teaspoon of honey in. Then a bit over half the glass with soda. Then get a lime, cut it into quarters, squeeze it in and throw the rest in. Doesn't have to look good. Then a few ice blocks. Your
Swizzle stick.
stolen from the National, or borrowed from the National,
You can take it back.
of course.
Stolen. Keep going. And that's it.
That's it. It's as simple as
So
that.
what it is, this cocktail, what I like about it, it goes beautifully with the cigar. It is extremely smoky.
That's because this rum is a smoked rum. It's called spiced rum, but it's actually made with roasted coffee and smoke infusion. And it's a
Beautiful
cracker.
stuff. Nice stuff. Goes really well with the cigar. Goes exceptionally well with the cigar. But I'm looking forward to the second third here. I've got a feeling from past experience you're going to see something a little bit remarkable. Cocktail is 10 out of 10. Cigars, for me, it's glorious anyway.
Lovely
I-
cigar.
I love this
Lovely
cigar.
cigar.
And I think it's going to go.
Your idea about it being the tapered end would be such a better cigar, or I would prefer it that way. Not a better cigar in that sense, but I feel like I'm sticking a baseball bat in my mouth every time I go near it. It's
Yeah.
very uncomfortable. I put my neck out having to get it in.
It's a decent sized cigar.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
You know, I'm not quite sure why they do it, but you know what? In the end, we had that poll recently on effectively if you only could do 2 grips at a time for the rest of your days, and I was really surprised the numbers of people actually voted for larger format cigars.
Is that reflected in your sales?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I can tell you, larger format cigars are the cigars which go.
So it's just the old whinges that.
No, I think it's
Hi,
all
Peggy.
No, it's not whinges. I think it's traditionalists. Those who've been around, who grew up with Cuban cigars back before the days of the 54, 56 gauges. You know, I think
A double
it's
Corona.
hard for us to come to grips with this.
A double Corona is about as large a ring gauge as you need. Sure.
Look, I don't disagree with you. I don't see
I'll
any.
write that down.
I don't see any
I'm a
benefit.
witness. I'm a witness. Sorry.
I don't see any benefit from a blend perspective of a 55 gauge or 54 gauge or 56 gauge cigar. But people do like
The one exception would be some of those big Hamlets, but that is an exception because he does blend things so superbly, and they were just magnificent. Yeah, otherwise.
What I do like about this, because I just took a draw there, is that there's a silkiness to this cigar.
Mine's getting a bit hot.
Towards the end?
Yeah, well,
Oh,
at that
last
stage.
third, yeah, last third. I haven't got that with this at all.
Yeah, this one's getting a little bit that way.
Oh, sweet. Silky. If they could only do it in the Corona Gorda.
Starting to get a bit earthy.
Earthy towards your,
Yeah.
towards your last
Well,
third.
where I am.
Well, I've got a feeling we're going to have disparate scores on this. We're going to find out towards the end. Last third coming up.
I'm going to go and find out what disparate means.
There's no reception here. You can't Google it.
You can't Google it. There's no reception at Kent's.
Sorry, Ken.
That's why I need the care package.
Well,
We're back to you in the last third. Kenny, last third of this La Gloria Cubana Revolution. I'm right down to the end. You are too.
Getting close.
I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
I've
Haven't enjoyed it as much
no,
as
I've
I have.
enjoyed it, but I haven't been blown away. Mine got a little bit of that sort of hot, earthy characters for that last third or so.
Was there complexity there throughout the
The
cigar?
first 2/3 terrific. The last third has let it down for me. But
Give
it
a
was,
little bit of youth there.
Yeah.
2015 production.
yeah,
Late 2015 production. Fair enough. Viscosity, flavours,
yeah.
diversity.
Yeah.
It's all there.
yeah. Look, in time, I think another 3 years, this will be a cracker cigar.
So you are 89, 90?
Oh no, I'd be 91, 92.
See, I'm 94, 95 on this.
Yeah.
See, but I've had several of them. This is probably the least one that I don't really think the least. This is probably the least.
I
I've
think
had.
look, to me, I'd be happy to give this 92.
Yeah,
and-
I'm going 94, 95 on these. I'm big on these. I wish if it was a Corona Gorda, I'd be going high. And that's silly, isn't it? Because you can only score on what you taste. You shouldn't be scoring on what you like in a size.
Except that's
But it
all
does
part
influence you.
Of course
It does influence you, doesn't it?
And your point about if it was sort of as a pyramid at the end would have made it such an. I mean, I'm sure I'd be higher. It would just suit it better to me.
So if you're a large format cigar sort of guy, go heavy. Not even know what the price
Particularly
is.
if you're not. If
I
you're
got no
not
idea what the
rushing.
price is on these.
don't email me, please. Just
Don't
don't email.
I'll put the pricing up. They've guaranteed me, pieces have guaranteed me the pricing is at the end of this week. I don't have anything to do with the pricing on regional releases. Current regional releases are dictated by PCC, and it's their cigar. They have got it blended. They've got it out. They're entitled to do what they want to do with the price. If they price it correctly, if it's a good cigar, it'll sell. If they don't, it won't.
And look, I'd say, yeah, if you like big cigars, and or at least large ring, and if you're not in any great rut, if you're happy to put these away for a couple of years.
But that's the Gloria Cubana. LGC is something you do age. But I just love the fact that it's showing so much so early. It's not what I expected from the Gloria Cubana. But I'm enjoying them. I hope you do as well. I really, really do. Thank you for another great review on a public
And our
holiday
special
Monday.
guest.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dee. Thanks for the snacks.
So you like the food?
Dee'll clean up now and we'll finish up. Excellent.
Oh, that's not the deal. No. I didn't commit to that.
Until next week, we look forward to it.
Please.
Have a great week. Bye-bye. We got snacks today. This is what happens when you bring a woman along. It's great fun. Dee, thank you so much for bringing
Let's
this.
do it. What about the lasagna?
And she brought lasagna for Ken. Can't go wrong. Really?
Small rotten.
A care package.
Just small rotten.
We do it. We do it for the Smith family as well.
Smithy.
That was really good. I like that.
Yeah. On Anzac Day, it's so important that we take care of the least fortunate in our society. So, Kenny, let's go through.
Ignore,
No, I'm not
ignore,
even gonna touch
ignore.
that.
Come through.
Is that your machine or?
No, it's fine. It's my phone. I'll just ignore it.
Dee, didn't you turn off your phone when you did the
No,
review?
sorry.
Dee?
It's not
They
really
won't,
here.
they won't be able to hear
No.
Bruce. For all those Bruce haters, it's Bruce, Bruce, and more Bruce, and it serves you all right.
Yep, it's yeah, my psychologist just says, just keep, don't worry about it.
It'd be the most
You sing her along in the
Seriously.
car. What are you talking about?
He would have put his kids through school.
He sings along with in the car
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
And yet doesn't admit to it.
because he puts a few songs on for me because he knows I like Chris. So, hey, you sing along and tap away. Turn it up.
Yeah.
You do so.
We have a mixtape in the car. We got Romantics from the 70s.
Yeah.
They are exposed.
Tears for Fears, people.
Yeah.
You know,
Stranded Ballet. Duran Duran.
Oh, my God.
And you put Bruce on the same tape.
I know, I do. On the same tape with hip hop. All right. Be back shortly.
No, you put
That's
it together.
enough.
You put it together,
Last
not
time you
me.
bloody well come, I can tell you that.
And the
Puff
burns
very
gone.
hard in this again.
Oh, 1 week I puff too quickly and get the thing. Next week I don't
You
puff
did,
hard enough.
you did a little 3 puff. Go do it again. Do it again. No, you did that on purpose.
Because you're asking to do it again.
I feel like OJ with the glove. Actually, try it.
He goes like this, dude. He goes. That's how he smokes his cigar.
Oh,
It is.
seriously?
It is. Let's get on slow mo.
Rob
Get on slow mo.
Rob the rodent with his. God. I feel like the vestigial cigar smoker.
I'm not cleaning up.